What's up, family? What's going on with everybody? I'm trying to set up the I gotta like sit on a pillow so that you guys can see me the way I need you to see me. What's up, everybody? Ooh. Okay, let me get myself together here. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. If you guys don't know, I'm Samantha Lee. I want to make sure this ain't bunching up on me now. Let me not bunch up. Girl has been doing too much work for it to look You better not bunch up. But what's up, everybody? It's your girl Samantha Lee. If you guys don't know already, I'm Samantha Lee, and I have a platform on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And I go by Love Samantha Lee on each one of them. If you don't know, I am a therapist by trade, full-time, and I do content creation full-time. So that is me. This is who I am. When I say therapy, again, you guys, I am somebody that does, I'm a lead clinician for a nonprofit here in Georgia. So I do not do one-on-one therapy anymore. But I do I basically supervise those who provide services. So that is me in a nutshell. I work as a consultant for the agency as well. So that is who I am. All right. And I love to do content. I infuse my education, my spirituality, my observations, my own experiences. I infuse them and I create content related to what I observe in culture, utilizing all aspects of self to do it. Okay, so that is who I am. Welcome to the show. Let me try to get this. Well, it is what it is. I'm just gonna go on TikTok, baby. Let's go on TikTok. Okay. I don't even know if this is. I'm just gonna go live. Whatever. Okay. So yes, I'm also on TikTok, you guys. If you guys don't know, I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. TikTok, you're gonna see me on the pillow. You're gonna actually see me sitting on the pillow. If you don't know, some of y'all think I'm tall. I'm not tall. Okay, I'm like 5'4", 5'5". I'm not a big person. Like 135. So the TikTok, the YouTube, y'all know what it is. So if you guys don't know, my name is Samantha Lee, and that is that. I said that again because I just joined TikTok. I didn't mean to be redundant here on the live. If you guys are just joining into the live, go ahead, please hit that like button. That really does help us get into the algorithm. Again, I have very lofty goals for 2025, and I'm going to reach the stars. We're going to reach the stars. Okay, we're reaching the stars, period. Okay, so I need you guys. I need your help to do it. You guys have been rocking with me. Maybe I've been doing this for 2 years now. You guys have been rocking with me, and so I'm very grateful for that. But listen, I know people that they've been doing it for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And no, we're reaching the stars now. Okay, I'm not waiting. God, I don't know who this. They said KD invites you to host. I don't know who KD is. Absolutely not. Like the live, y'all. Joining those who are joining my TikTok, those who are joining other things. I don't know. It looks like it said 8 people on here. Oh, that's weak. Okay. Anyway, we gonna keep it moving. So, tonight's episode is about 10 signs you're being manipulated. I've taken some notes. I'm going to express subtle signs. I don't even think it's subtle. The subtle signs of a manipulative spirit. And I'm also going to talk about bigger signs of a manipulative person. Okay. Now, I think there's a lot of terms that are thrown around in the YouTube space, thrown around in social media, period, like gaslighting, narcissism, all these terms. Okay, it's irresponsible in my opinion, because I don't think people actually know what those terms are. They just throw them around. They don't have the degrees or the credentials to say this about people, but yet they go and they talk, oh, that's a narcissist, oh, you're love bombing, you're a narcissist. Just because somebody used a narcissistic tactic doesn't make them a narcissist. There is criteria to be a narcissist. Okay. There's a DSM-5. It might be 6 at this point, but in that manual, there is a diagnostic, and we have to follow that diagnostic to make educated diagnoses of people. Okay, so that's what I want to say. That's like my little hot button thing. I hate when people just throw labels around on people. Like, you're a narcissist. You're gaslighting me. You're blah, blah. You don't even know what that means. You don't even spell it. You don't know what that means. You don't know what it means. But yet you're calling people that. You're putting it, writing it underneath their thing. Like, oh, you're a narcissist because you post selfies. No, that's wrong. You're actually wrong. You're very wrong. Okay, that's the point. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Like I said, I like to start things off with having some like free form conversation. So y'all be bringing some stuff to me, and I told y'all I'm living under a rock at this point in time. All I have seen and I have heard of are these plane incidences that have been happening. I don't know what's going on with planes here lately. I don't know what's happening. But something's going on. And I'm not going to be the one to go into that. But I saw that. They said there's a sports headline. What is that? Sports headline is what? Oh, y'all. Oh my gosh. This is what I heard, y'all. Oh my goodness. You know what I saw that really warmed my little spirit, warmed my little heart? I'll tell you what warmed my little heart today. So you guys, I saw the whole like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky thing. I know that it's not romantic or anything like that, but the way that man jumped in his woman's arms, that's what I'm talking. That's the kind of love we need to be. Y'all men be acting like y'all don't want nobody to, you want to jump in somebody's arms at the end of when you going through something like that, that's when you know, okay? Life is not worth, that's not worth living, but y'all be trying to do this thing alone. Life is not meant to be lived alone. The way he jumped into that woman's arms and she held him. Oh, she held him. The emotions it overwhelmed me. It just overwhelmed me. It overwhelmed me. I just love that. You know how he just jumped in and just jumped on top of her? I'm like, in the court, like just jumped on top of her. I was like, oh, that's a man who know he's supported. That's a man that know he's supported. He's thriving. He's thriving. He's in court. He's facing felony charges, and his woman is right there backing him up. And she is just as emotional as he is. Just come here. Just love. It's just so beautiful. I just love seeing that, y'all. I just love that he was facing 20 years. He was facing 20 years, and it just was everything. It was just everything. It was just everything. I just love that. Somebody said, what you sipping on? Perrier and lime. Y'all, I don't drink like that now. I'm definitely not going to do it on camera with y'all. I don't trust y'all. Well, sometimes I have wine. That's not true. I do go. I have wine every once in a while, but not tonight. Somebody said they have a question. Okay, ask me the question. TikTok, ask me the question. It says he need to keep his butt out of trouble now. I listen. I think that this, if you face in 20 years and this has been following you for 4 years, I am sure you're gonna think twice. But I just think it's beautiful, y'all. This year is me. We're talking more about love. Somebody said on my platform, "Oh, you must be in love now because you're talking about love." No, I'm going to be at some point, but that's not the point. The point of why I'm doing this is because I feel like there's enough rhetoric keeping us separated on this YouTube and Instagram and social media space. I think that I've talked about this agenda that I've seen, and I'm not going to contribute to that agenda. I'm not going to contribute to continue to separate us. I'm going to put out content that keeps us together. I am not going to be the person that's going to tell y'all to stay separated. That's just not me. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I think that it's more, the Bible said, and look, I know y'all don't want me to go Bible, but I'm going to go Bible. God created Adam, and he allowed Adam to have dominion over the animals and the plants, and he let Adam name those animals and those plants. He did. And what did he say? He said, it is not good for man to be alone. Let me create a helpmate. Let me create a helpmate that will be suited for his purpose, suited for what he has to do. And he created a woman. He put Adam to sleep, made woman out of the rib of his body. Okay. And so I think for me personally, when I see somebody being supported by their helpmate, and she's right there with him while he's doing these interviews, she holding his arm, she's just with him, she is down. That is beautiful for me to see. I don't know the aspects of their relationship, but if we're going to talk about things that we don't like on the internet, we're going to talk about people's breakups and demises of their marriages, let's talk about something beautiful about love. Let's talk about how that scene was pure raw emotionality, and that man felt safe enough to jump into his woman's arms. Okay. That was beautiful. I just love that. Somebody said on here, they sent me a flower. Thank you so much. Thank you, Trace Lover. Go Bible is who you are. You already know. I'm in love with you now. You're beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for saying you're in love with me. I appreciate it. But yes, it's bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, rib of my rib. I love that. Okay. So that to me was beautiful. And as I said, I'm highlighting love all year. That's what I'm here for. I am highlighting love all year. I am not going to be contributing to the content that separates us, period. Okay. So that was a beautiful thing that I saw on the internet space. Was there anything else that I did not? I talked about the airplanes, which we ain't never seen this many airplane incidents ever. Like, I have never seen so many different airplane situations ever. I mean, ever. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I don't know what's happening. Well, I do know what's happening, but I'm not going to go on. I don't know. I have a conspiracy. I think I know, but I don't. However, I'm not going to share that on here because listen, I just got back monetized not too long ago. I'm starting to grow again. And so your girl is not going to put herself in a position to be demonetized again. That's for sure. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. We're not going to do that again. So yeah. Somebody say, Sam, you look good, my Scorpio sister. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So before I get into the topic, because we're going to get into it, there's a lot of things I want to cover tonight. Yeah, I don't want to get banned. I'm not going to do it. But I want to first say thank you to everybody that contributes to the live. There's people that regularly sows into what I do here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They do. There's people that choose to continue to give to me. And y'all, that you don't understand. I could get emotional. I'm just so grateful. You know, can I just talk about how grateful I am that a little girl from New Jersey by way of Atlanta comes on this YouTube, Instagram, and internet space. I'm humbled by the fact that people choose to watch me every week. I'm humbled by the fact that people choose to support my content. I'm humbled by the fact that I went on Instagram today and I looked at it, and one of my videos I did maybe 24, 48 hours ago is already at 500,000 views. It's crazy to me that that God has decided to give me a platform, decided to bless me with the way that He had. I mean, really, I'm not deserving. I didn't earn this. This is definitely God's favor. Being at work, I'm just completely humbled by it. So I have to thank each and every one of you guys for deciding to rock with me, man. I appreciate it. Somebody said you have some of the best content out. Listen. I'm a low key. I'm low key, but I'm coming for it, baby. Listen, this is me with just Sam. Look, I don't have no makeup team. I ain't got no stylist. I don't have no production. But hey, one day, baby. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm very, very grateful. I'm very grateful to God. And I just have to say that to you guys. Thank you for everybody that decides to rock with me, to sow into what I'm doing, to say, like, you know what, I love what you're doing. I love it so much so that I'm going to decide to pour into you. You don't have to do that. And I want to thank you guys for doing that. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Steph says you don't need makeup. I listen, I would love a makeup artist. You're not going to block my blessing. You're not. I want a makeup artist. I want somebody that's going, I like lights, camera, action. Give me a makeup artist. I want it. Give me a stylist. I want it. Somebody said Netflix will take care of all that, Sam. You right, Antoine. I'm about to put that on my vision board. Netflix. All right, family. Let's get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. 10 signs you're being manipulated. So I did this because it's something, somebody had recommended this to me. And I also feel like a lot of people don't realize sometimes subtle manipulation, right? Some people don't realize you might be talking to somebody in your life and you don't even realize the signs of manipulation. One thing I want to empower each and every person on here that's watching me on TikTok, that's watching me on YouTube, that's watching me on Facebook, what I want you to know is that you have an intuition. And a lot of times what we do is that we ignore our intuition, because some of us, if you're like anything like me, the way we were raised, right? Sometimes I was raised to be a people pleaser. I'm not gonna lie. That's some training that um I've had to figure out over time. I've had to uncover that within myself, because I really, really, really I would feel something and I would pass over it. Feel something, pass over it. Feel something, pass over it. It got me into a lot of trouble. It got my heart broken multiple times. And so and sometimes multiple times in the same relationship. Let's be real. Anybody else got their heart broken multiple times in the same relationship? One time for them. But I think that a lot of times we knew, like there's times where I look back on my life and I'm like, my intuition told me. My intuition told me that this person, like, I never felt right. I didn't feel safe. There was something about it, right? And I think that me empowering each and every one of you guys to really tap in, right? There's that, think about your last relationship. There was something that kind of came up into your spirit when you met them. There was something that wasn't right. There was something, like, I don't know, you can think over and over, like, there might have been that feeling that you just passed over. There might have been that, like, oh, I didn't feel safe. I didn't want to share. There was something about me that didn't want to, there was something about it, right? And I really, really want to empower each and every one of you guys. That is your built-in intuition. Your subconscious is processing every single thought, everything. Spirituality is processing everything. Years and years of information in a millisecond. And what happens is we meet somebody, and because we're not aware or because we're passing over it, we ignore this feeling of, like, I don't feel safe. This feeling of, you know what, I shouldn't say that. This feeling of, I need to put my wall up. This feeling of just not necessarily you just feel uneasy. Like, you go on calls with somebody, you feel nervous. You don't feel like you can really share. There's something just not letting you. And you're like, oh, maybe I'm just nervous. Maybe I'm just anxious. Maybe it's new people. I don't know. Like, sometimes it is nerves. I'm not saying it's not, but there's sometimes when after a couple of minutes, you still feeling a little bit nervous. You still feeling like there's something, you don't feel safe. We pass over that. And that's really your intuition telling you this person may not be safe. That might be your spirit telling you, I don't know about them. I don't know about them. Something, because a lot of our communication is not verbal, it's nonverbal. Right? And you can even tell by somebody's posture. Like, I know that this is like body language, getting into things that we're not getting into today. But somebody's body language, they can be open and then they can close. Like somebody can be open to you and then they close. And it just shows like they're battling within themselves, right? Open to you and then they kind of close off. They kind of move themselves to where you can't really, they're kind of, and that's because they want to be emotionally available, but there's something within them that's afraid. They want to be emotionally available, but there's something in them that doesn't want to necessarily give. They don't trust, right? That's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. But again, when it comes down to it, I think a lot of us we pass over some feelings that we should not ignore. We pass over feelings we should not ignore. Okay? And I'm here to tell you guys, if you have something in your spirit that for me, I can only explain it as like, I just didn't feel like I could be myself. Like I feel like I could genuinely make, I'm a goofy person. I like to play around. I like to banter. That's just who I am. When I feel like I can't do that, when I feel like I don't feel, something in me is like, I don't know. You feel like you have to perform more. That might be your spirit telling you, like, this is not the person. This might not be it. Somebody did something with my hair on a TikTok. Hey, go Sam. Anyway, so that is that. That is that. So we are that. I just wanted to empower you guys about your spirit, right? So we're gonna do subtle signs first. We're gonna do subtle signs first because I think that that's more important. Then I'm gonna get into gaslighting and redefining gaslighting, because I think some of you guys don't know what gaslighting is, and somebody might be telling you gaslighting them and they don't even know what that means. Okay, that really bothers me. Okay, so anyway, first subtle sign of manipulation. First subtle sign of a manipulative person. Y'all pay attention. Okay, first thing is that backhanded compliments. Backhanded compliments. Now, this is somebody whose praise has a hidden insult in it, right? They make you question your word. They make you question what you're saying. There's somebody like, oh, you got that little business. That's great. You finally got that started? Wow. Yeah, I saw you doing your little work or whatever. Oh, you I saw you losing a little weight. You trying to get your body together? Oh, okay. Oh, you looking a little cute. You finally learned how to shop. Oh, okay. You starting to work out a little bit. You starting to work out? Oh, yeah, I can tell you wearing the workout clothes. You haven't been going long, have you? You just started? You must have just started. Like, whoa, hold on, bro. This is crazy. I had somebody one time tell me something along the lines of, "Oh, I didn't know you did anything." You didn't know I did anything. I'm all I feel like I put out content every day. And I work a full-time job and I'm somebody's mama. Oh, well, you never know with, people on social media. Like, they can just act like, no, it's a backhanded compliment. Say it with your chest. You're trying to insult me because I don't, you know what? I'm not going to go into that because that's a whole nother situation. But I'm just saying, it's the backhanded. It's like, oh. Those are like low-key manipulative people. They try to slight you just a little bit so that you start tap dancing for them. They say a little bit, just a little bit. They give you a little bit of a compliment. Why? And it's backhanded, because what happens is you start, whether you realize it or not, you start trying to impress them. It puts you in a position of trying to prove to them certain things. Now you're having a conversation about what you do and what you don't do. Now you're having a conversation about the business that you do have. That's manipulation. That's a tactic to get you to be performative for them. Do not fall into that. When you find somebody that does those little slight, I think it's called negging, negging, those slight neggings, that's a toxic individual, in my opinion. That's a toxic individual. That's somebody that's not happy with themselves and therefore puts you in this position to try to please them. No, you're not happy. I'm not going to sit here and tap dance for you. No, I ain't got to prove nothing to you. But that negging, that like backhanded compliments, that is a manipulation tactic. That is a sign, subtle sign of a manipulative person. Pay attention, family. Pay attention. So people talking about they saw this in the family or whatever, and that's true. You see that with your cousins. You see that. Some of y'all might see that with your mama. Some of y'all might see that with people that It's unfortunate, but they're very close to you. Okay. Because manipulation doesn't know any bounds, right? It's not like, oh, we're born into a family and everybody's perfect. No, we're born into what we're born into. That's why you have to be family. We have to be careful about who we tell what to. Right? You've got people in your life right now that are so engrossed with what you've got going on. They want to know what you're doing. They're called monitoring spirits. Right? Monitoring spirits. They come into your life. They're watching what you're doing. They want to know who you with, where are you going, this, that, and the third. It's a monitoring spirit. They're not happy. They're watching you for what reason? A lot of times it's steal, kill, and destroy. A lot of times it has nothing to do with benefiting you. It's really just to get in the way. Like if you're praying for something, they're praying against it or speaking against it or getting you out of position and alignment to receive what God has for you. You have to be very careful about who you share what with. That's the problem what I have with social media today, because a lot of people don't know. They think everybody they friend, everybody want what's best for them. No, most people on the internet just want to be entertained. That's what they want. You are entertainment. And so a lot of times we mistake people's interests as genuine. I want to be supportive of you. No, I want to be entertained by you. I want to be entertained by you. I don't care about you as a person. I don't care about, they utilize your pain as their entertainment for the day because of whatever the case may be. Because a lot of times people don't got business for themselves. So they would rather try to figure out what you got going on because it distracts them for whatever they got going on. Be mindful, family. The backhanded compliments to me, and they want to know your business, but they want to throw little jabs at you. There's people that like y'all. I have limited communication with them, 100%, because I understand what it could be male. I have limited information. I do not communicate with them. I do not communicate with them. Why? Because they don't really want what's best for me. What they want is my information. They just want to know what's going on with me. Not to help me, not to benefit me, not to be supportive of me, but to just know what's going on with me. You can keep that. Somebody gave on here. They said awesomeness daily, excellent underscore excellence. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. It says awesomeness daily, Samantha. Thank you. And then the world smiles with Basil also gave. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the super chats here. And somebody said, and try to bring you down on your level to their level. Exactly, family. Do not let nobody take you down to their level. No. 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 Somebody, you are everybody's crush. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, sorry, y'all. I saw a picture of my puppy on my phone. That must have been the enemy trying to get me all out of sorts here. Okay, so number 2, they constantly forget important things. Somebody constantly forgets important things, important dates for you, your birthday, holidays, commitments, conversations, in order to avoid responsibility. There are people that are in your life and they always forget your birthday. You got the same birthday every year, but they forget it. They so close to you, they want to talk to you about stuff, but then they forget important things to you. In order to avoid responsibility, like an anniversary or whatever the case may be, they do those things to hurt you, to make you feel like you're not important, to avoid the responsibility of what remembering those dates would require of them. Oh, no. They constantly forget. Oh, is it your birthday? Is it? Oh my gosh. Is it your birthday? After after 20 years, I still forget. Oh my gosh. I know I've known you for like 22 years? I still don't know when it's your birthday. It's crazy. Y'all know I'm trying to keep it together, y'all, because I'm in my spiritual bag. I'm not gonna be petty tonight, but okay. You ain't gotta remember my birthday, baby. Don't worry about it. Just keep that. I don't even want your happy birthday. Stop calling me. That's where I'm at. Family, I'm sorry. That is where I'm at. I'm like, just don't call me. How about that? Lose my number. Forget I exist. Don't hit me up when my videos go viral. Your girl got a show on Netflix. Okay, don't hit me up when you see me rising, when you see me moving, when you see the Lord working in my life. Just keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Just keep that same. You forgot then, forget then. Forget now. If you forget then, forget now. I'm sorry, y'all. I got energy today. I got energy. Somebody said, I love your knowledge and your topics on Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much. Wisdom Wednesday. I like that. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, neglecting to remember things that are important to you. So first one is, like we said, the backhanded compliments. Number two is neglecting to remember dates and things that are important to you. Whether you realize it or not, it is a sign that someone's low-key manipulative. Number three, they use sarcasm as a weapon. Their jokes often have a sting, making you feel bad while they dismiss it as just joking. Oh, you tripping. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. You walk into the room, they say, oh, you gonna wear that out? You gonna post that? I've had somebody I thought was, that I felt like was a really close friend that was like, your look is in season right now. My look is in season. What do you mean? My look is in season. Like yo, this is how I feel. If I see a woman that's beautiful, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna hate on her. I'm not gonna say, oh, she for the no. Like if you're pretty, you're pretty. I'm not gonna I'm secure enough with myself to say I can see the beauty in another woman because I see the beauty in me, right? So I don't need to diminish you to feel better about me, right? So what we see is that when people do not feel good enough about themselves, they diminish others. That's what they do, right? And so when people decide to be using sarcasm, they utilize, oh, like for example, I heard somebody say to a man, oh, you're sassy. You're really sassy. Why are you calling a man sassy? Because he got a perspective. Why are you calling a man sassy? Because he's holding you accountable for your actions. He's not sassy. He's advocating for himself. And here you are shaming him for something that he has the right to do. That's not sassy. That's strength. Or to a woman, oh, you're like a man. You're like masculine. I've had people say, and here's the thing, y'all, I do have a dominant personality. I do. I understand that. I do have a dominant personality and it is strong, but to me, it is what it is. I want a man, I would like a man that's strong enough to handle it. Not necessarily like I'm not going to make you handle it in that way, but I'm saying I don't want to be with somebody that makes me feel like I'm super masculine. Because I don't feel like I'm 5'4". I'm 135 pounds. How masculine can I be? I just have a big personality. That's all. I don't feel like, but again, if it's like, oh, you're you got a really strong personality. Okay, well, if it's too strong, then I feel like I like to have fun. I like to joke around. I have opinions. I'm well read. I like to have conversations about things that are deeper than the surface. That's just me. I can have a topic, I can have a conversation about anything. You just aren't dainty. I think in person, honestly, I look a little bit more dainty than I do online. I feel like I don't look dainty, but I think I look a little bit more dainty. I think my persona isn't dainty. I don't think my persona is dainty, but I think I look dainty. I think it's because of my stature. If I was like 5'9", and I was like bigger, maybe. But anyway, it's besides the point. We're talking about something that's not that important. Let's go into the next thing. Using sarcasm as a weapon. That is somebody, in my opinion, that again, they're haters, right? They're gonna say something negative about you and they try to dress it up as like, I'm just kidding. Why does your hair look like that? I'm just kidding. Why are you like, you're on live and you're making jokes? Like, I'm just kidding. Okay, just say what you're saying. Say what you're saying. Say what you're saying. Just say it. I want all of it. Give it to me. Tell me what you're saying. Because again, it's like I don't like the whole passive aggressive thing. If you want to be aggressive, be aggressive. If you don't want to be aggressive, don't be aggressive. Like, don't do the whole half step it. Let's be just completely real. Do you like me or not? I'm just saying. I don't like the fakeness. I don't like the fakeness, family. It's a trigger for me when I feel that energy and I'm like, okay, the sarcasm, like now I'm like, okay, I don't like you. You might be a cool person, but I don't like you. I don't know how to interact on here, Loyal. I don't know what to do here. I apologize. Somebody said on TikTok, like, why are you alive and you're not interacting? How do I interact? Oh, wait, it says interact. Hold on. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, maybe Q&A. I don't know what that means. Can you help me get 10K? Get to 10K. I don't know enough about TikTok to do that. I apologize. Anyway, thank you, excellent. Thank you, excellent, very much. Thank you for sewing into me. So thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. Let's go into the next thing. They make you feel guilty about setting boundaries. I've said this before and I'll say this again. A lot of times when you start doing things what's best for you, you start to see people's true colors, right? When you start setting boundaries, you're saying no, you start like advocating for yourself, you start to understand how people truly see you, right? It's nothing like you saying no. You've always said yes. And in this one instance, you saying no because it's not what's best for you. And how that person responds will tell you whether you love me for my yes or you love me for me. Because if you love me, you're going to love what's best for me. And if I'm making decisions that's for me but doesn't benefit you, your love for me will win out as I'm advocating for me. But when you have a tantrum because I am doing something that's best for me, I understand that your love for me is contingent upon what I do for you. So if I'm not doing for you, I don't get the same love. If you're not doing it, that's what I'm saying, right? A lot of times people's love for you, it goes as far as when you're playing along to the song that they decide that they want you to play with. That's what they want. Oh, I as long as you're in line with what I want you to do, then I love you. But as soon as you step outside of the box of what I want you to do and my agenda for you, I don't love you anymore. You're the worst person ever. Wait, hold on. Hold on. So a week ago when I was saying yes, I was God's gift to humanity. Well, once I start saying no and I start setting boundaries, I'm the devil wearing Prada. right? So we have to, that's the thing. People, when you start understanding who people are and how they actually feel about you, is when you start making decisions based upon what you feel like is best for you. You start understanding, are you attached to me? Or are you assigned to me? Attachment means you're just here to reap the benefits of whatever I got going on. Assign means whether I'm up or whether I'm down. Bring it back up to the Rihanna situation with A$AP Rocky. She's assigned to him. She's in the courtroom with him. She's making sure that that man is covered. Even at his detriment, he's facing felonies. She's in the courtroom and she is crying and she is holding her man. And he is jumping into her arms. Why is that so beautiful? That means that, listen, whether you're down, I'm down. Whether you're up, I'm up. What happens is a lot of times people, there's two things that people do. When they're down, you get a different version of them. When they're up, they get a different version of them. The problem is, what happens is, a lot of people, when they up, they start disrespecting people that were there when they were down. Or when you were up and now you're down, the people that were loving you at the top are leaving you at the bottom. There's two different types of people. When you get money and power, you start disrespecting the people that were with you along the way. And then there's people that when you were up, everybody was rocking with you. And when you were down, they're not rocking with you at all. That's why we have to be mindful of who we have around us and be paying attention to our intuition, because there's things, people can say anything, family. They can say anything. They can say anything. But energy doesn't lie. Energy just doesn't lie. People lie. Sometimes facts, the news, things lie. Things around us lie, but energy doesn't. That's why we have to be paying attention to our intuition and not allowing ourselves to pass over things that just don't sit right with your spirit. Number 5, they subtly undermine your confidence. They subtly undermine your confidence. Y'all, I've been in relationships with people that, I mean, when I met them at first, I was like, I was God's gift to women. I was just God's gift to men. I'm sorry. God's gift to men. I was just the finest thing, the most beautiful thing, blah, 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 blah. Within a month of that relationship, they started tearing me down. Why your thighs so thick? You got like cellulite on your thighs. Why like you got a thicker lower body. Like, what? Mind you, y'all, I'm from Atlanta. Okay. I've been living in Atlanta for however long. Right? Thighs have always been my thing, right? Thighs have always been my thing. I shouldn't even share that with y'all, but that's true. I've always been insecure about my lower half because my lower half is thicker. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm built that way. That is how I am built. I have tried. I have fought for a long time. My thighs will be my thighs. My lower half will be my lower half, right? And I it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing. I've done everything. I have wrapped my legs with sweet sweat and plastic wrap. I have done everything you can possibly think. Possibly think. But I got into this relationship with this person, and one of the first things that happened was they started to insult my thighs because they knew that was the one area that I was insecure about. It was to the degree that I would find them talking to like my trainer, like, "Oh, you need to work on her thighs. Like she's got a thicker lower half. Like she's thicker down there." I remember how devastated I was. I was so devastated. I went into my car, I started to cry. The one area that I was super insecure about, they just poked at it, just poked at it. Then when I left the relationship, it was like, oh no, you were God's gift. You was amazing. You was everything. You like, if I could have built a woman, it would have been you. It's like, well, wait, hold on. While I was in the relationship, you made me feel horrible. You made me feel like I was not good enough ever. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's just an example, y'all, of a situation where somebody suddenly undermines your confidence. And honestly, y'all, it did. It really did. It did undermine my confidence because I cared about this person and I wanted them to like me and I wanted them to be attracted to me. I wanted them to love me. Right. But they utilized that to undermine my confidence in order to have more control over me. Right. And they did. It did work. It actually worked for a period of time. But over time, I got to a place where I'm like, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to do that to me anymore. You're not going to be able to do that to me anymore. Somebody said, was it because maybe he was intimidated by the attention you got from other men? Later on, I think that's what it was. It was that, but I feel like there's a better way to do that. Like, guys, please don't tear down the woman you're with because of the attention she may or may not get. Like, that is not how you keep a woman. That is not, you don't tear her down and undermine her and make her feel less than in order for you to have this dominion over her. That doesn't work. Not long term. At some point, it's going to change. There's going to be a guy that's at her job that's going to tell her she's the most perfect thing in the world, that she can walk on water, and she's going to go for him. Why? Because the man that she's with is out here tearing her down, and she meets this other guy who's just making her feel like Princess Diana. It does not work. Make your woman feel good about herself, just like she should be making you feel good about yourself. These guys would be like, oh, just, tear her down. Don't tell her. No, that's terrible advice. It works in the short term. Long term, it does not work. She should be speaking life into you. You should be speaking life into her. All this other stuff is just toxic back and forth. That does not help relationships. It doesn't help you grow. It doesn't help you become the person that God intended you to be for them and for you. Somebody said, what game do I remember from my childhood? I'll answer that in a second. What game do I remember from childhood? Monopoly. Anyway. And again, you guys, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. At this point in my life, I don't know if I was to be with anyone, I don't see that happening for me, because I've gotten to a place of like, I love I've grown to love my body. I didn't get, a lot of people get surgery. They do this, that, and the third. I did not with, with my lower half. Like, with my stomach, I had a child, things like that you can get insecure about. You can get in your head. No, I'm proud of the fact that, yes, I'm built the way I'm built. I'm built the way I'm built. I didn't change it. I didn't try to. And of course, in a world, especially in Atlanta, where there can be a lot of pressure to be something different, or to try to put things in different places and accentuate other features. I thank God I didn't do that. I thank God that even though I felt like, based upon the feedback I was getting, I didn't go there. But there are people that genuinely, they do that, family, not because that's their truth, not because blah, blah, blah. They're doing that to undermine your confidence. They're doing that to make you feel like you're less than, in order to have a certain level of control over you. Okay. So understand that. Okay. When you're dealing with your relationships and you're moving through things, if somebody, you were the bee's knees the first month, but then they start picking out little things or nitpicking things about your personality or the way you look or things like that, like you have to start thinking about like, why are they doing this? Like if you love me and I love you, I'm going to make you feel like you the king of the world. I'm going to make you feel like you're King Kong. That's how I'm gonna make you feel. So I'm expecting somebody to come into my life and make me feel like Queen Kong. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel like you gotta insult somebody and be manipulative to somebody to get them or to stay with you, they're out of your league, bro. Let them fly. Let them go somewhere else. Don't keep somebody around that you feel like you have to do these manipulative tactics in order to keep them around. Number 6. Oh man, these are some y'all, and I have 8 minutes. I'm gonna go very quickly, okay? Number 8, they play dumb to avoid responsibility. They play dumb to avoid responsibility. They act like they don't understand the issue when confronted, forcing you to explain or justify yourself repeatedly. I don't even do this. I ask you about something, you're like, wait, what? Wait, what? 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 Wait, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know. I'm not playing this game with you. You're not Soraya. You're not 5 or 6 years old. You know what I said. But people will play that game like, wait, what? What? What do you mean? Like, what? That's crazy. Like, no, it's not crazy. You're trying to avoid responsibility by playing dumb. No, it's not going to work. It's not. What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, that sounds crazy. We're not doing that. Somebody said it's gaslighting. 100% King David. It's gaslighting. That is gaslighting. Wait, what? What? No. Oh, you're tripping. You can go play with toys, but you ain't playing with me. That's not gonna work. That's no. Exit stage left, beloved. A free mindset on here said I'm confused. I'm confused. Like what are you talking about? What? I don't know. Just let's have a real conversation, family. Like why we gotta play games? You know what you did. I know what you did. Let's have a grown conversation because we adults. Say it with your chest. Come on now, I'm ready. Like I don't like that when people don't just say what you saying. Let's have it would be easier if we just got through the conversation. Don't try to make me feel dumb or stupid or like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. This conversation would go much easier if we just played ball. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go next. They create confusion in conversations. They twist words, they change topics, or make you second guess what was actually said. They create confusion in conversation. That is a tactic. They're being manipulative to avoid responsibility. That doesn't, okay, family, here's the thing. This does not make them bad people. This just means they employ tactics. Okay. I want to make that clear because all of us, when we're growing up, we do what works, right? I don't want to make somebody be manipulative is like, oh my gosh, they're a bad person. No, in some way, shape, or form, we all are manipulative. All of us. Because as we were raised, as we grow up and we understand, we interact with our environment, we do what works. What works for a child, for example, is to say, like I talk to my daughter and she'll say to me, oh, I'm be like, sorry, I wouldn't. Well, somebody at school did da 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 da. Her mindset as a child is, I'm going to displace blame. I'm not going to take responsibility, because if I take responsibility, I'm going to get in trouble. That pattern of behavior, if I don't address it, follows them into adulthood, where I don't take responsibility for my behavior. I blame somebody else so I don't take the fall for what I've done. What happens is I don't grow. I don't become a better person. I don't learn from my mistakes. I continue to displace accountability. We do what works. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means we're behavioral in nature. So you might meet somebody, you're like, wait, they're trying to play dumb, or they're trying to make confusion. Yeah, because when they were growing up, that's what worked. What worked was, instead of me actually talking about this situation, I'm going to create confusion, or I'm going to act like I don't know what's going on in order to avoid the conversation. That's always what's worked. And so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to be like, wait, what? Huh? No. I'm so confused. How are we here? What happened? Why are you so mad? Like, I don't even understand. Like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? You're insecure. Like, there is nothing. Like, you're tripping right now. Like, you're out of pocket. Like, there's something wrong with you. Not after this. Y'all done seen this live now. Y'all done seen this live. You now know that that's manipulation. That's not true. They want you to believe it. It's only as effective as you buying it. Like, if you keep trying to play me and I know you playing me, that's only going to take you so far, because I know you playing me. You know what I'm saying? So you guys that are hearing this, you now know what this is. When somebody's playing, okay, until we can have a real conversation, I'm not having a conversation. Until we can really talk about what we're trying to talk about, I'm not going to talk about it. Because what I need is, the Bible says, when I grew up, when I became a man, I put away childish things. When I became a woman, I put away childish things. So if you want to keep playing childlike games, I'm not going to continue this conversation. I'm going to continue this conversation with somebody who's going to conduct themselves as an adult and has challenging conversations that might be uncomfortable, but there's growth that comes from uncomfortable places. I'm not going to avoid the work or avoid the conversation, because that really doesn't get us anywhere. All right. Next thing. I'm talking about, they use confusion in conversations. They use delayed responses to control you. Delayed responses to control you. Now, you might know some people, and again, these tactics doesn't mean that they're bad people. They're just doing what has worked. And all of us have an aspect, all of us have a thing that we do that may be a toxic trait. Does that mean you're a toxic person? No, you just do something that's toxic, right? So, anyway, delay responses to control you. They withhold communication or affection just long enough. Sorry, somebody, my other thing right here. They withhold communication or affection long enough to make you anxious, right? So they basically utilize your anxiety against you, right? They don't respond. They kind of go dark a little bit to get you going a little bit, to get your wheels turning, right? So there are people that will play these games with you, and that is a manipulation tactic to get the power back. That's what it is. It's emotional, and this is not limited to romantic relationships. This could be a friendship. This could be a family member. This could be a cousin. This could be anybody. This could be a coworker. They play with or withhold communication from you, withhold connection from you in order for you to kind of start spinning in your anxiety. That way they regain control over the situation and your reaction, right? They want you to, somebody texts you and they just don't respond. They wait till the end of the day to respond to you. They're withholding communication to avoid you getting closure because your mind is going to want to get an answer. We don't like not having answers. That our spirit don't like that. So our spirit tries to find a way to get an answer, or we become so good at suppressing our emotions, we just shut down. Right? So you have to, that's where we have to, when somebody is utilizing these tactics, again, you have to just see what's, if I'm trying to play you and you know you being played, you're not gonna let yourself get played. Okay, I know what you're doing. You're manipulating communication so that I feel anxious. Not gonna work. I rebuke you, devil. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You're not gonna get me messed up. You're not gonna have me spinning in anxiety. Not today. No. I'm gonna continue to live my life and live it well, while you keep playing games. And here's the thing, family, the person that's playing the game is more invested because you're playing a game. There's a reason for you playing game. We're not playing games and we're avoiding responsibility just to not deal with it. No, you're playing games to get a result. If you don't get the result, the game is wasted. So when someone tries to play a game with me, oh, I see the play. I see what you're trying to do. Let me talk to my Lord and Savior. Let me talk to my Jesus. He gonna deal with you. You thought you was gonna play me? Let me go ahead and talk. I'm gonna talk to my Lord and I'm gonna talk to my Jesus, and I'm gonna let him know what's going on. I'm gonna let him deal with you, and he will deal with you. I'm not. What they want you to do is they want you to call, blow up their phone, try. Hey, what's going on? You're not responding. You haven't said anything to me. I don't know what's going on. Why aren't you responding? No, you're not getting that. You're not. It's not going to happen, beloved. Not today. No. 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 You're not going to mess with my peace today. Oh, no. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Okay. Delayed responses. Next one. They act like they're always the victim. Even when they're at fault, they find a way to turn the situation so you feel bad for them. Family, it is a red flag. Red flag when somebody is always the victim. When I talk to somebody, communicate with somebody, and they're like, oh, my ex did this, and my other ex did that, and my ex did that, and my ex did this. It is never my fault. I just choose wrong. It's just always them. They just always don't. It's always no. See now that's a problem. It's a red flag because we have a part to play in every relationship we've ever been in. We have a part to play. Now there could be somebody who is more at fault. However, if there's a two-person relationship and the two-person relationship fails, there's a part we both have played in the relationship failing. So you always blaming somebody else for the demise of your relationship makes me feel like you're not telling me the truth. Because at some point in time, we contribute to whatever has happened. Life doesn't just happen to us. We engage with life. Now, there might be somebody that cheated, right? And you left the relationship because they cheated. Okay, cool. But what can you learn in the cheating? You know what? I wasn't as responsive. I wasn't this. I wasn't that. There's always something. I was just talking to somebody the other day. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting congested. I don't know what's going on. I was talking to someone and they were talking about this relationship. And y'all, this is a thing for me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody. This is just a thing for me. talking about men and cheating in relationships, right? And women cheat at the same rate as men at this point in time. So we can't just say men are cheating more than women. Women are cheating just as much as men. Okay, that's a myth. What I have heard in this regard, when we were talking about this particular circumstance or situation, was this man was dealing with some things physically with his wife, right? Physically with his wife. And so, there was things that I've heard stories of women withholding for years in relationships, right? They're not sleeping with their partner. They haven't slept with their partner in 3 months, whatever the case may be. And here's my thing, and this is for both sides. This is for men and for women. If I'm telling you, you can only shop at my Target. If I'm telling you, you can only shop at my Marshalls or my TJ Maxx, whatever you want to call it, my name the store, Publix, Kroger. If I'm telling you, you can only shop at my store, and if you shop at any other store, I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be heated. We're going to have real problems. If you know that I like a certain item, when you know I like peanut M&Ms. In fact, I love peanut M&Ms. Love them. I love Snickers. If I'm telling you that this is something that I enjoy, that this is, thank you for the gift, y'all. Thank you for the gifts on here. I'm telling you, you can't go to no other store. You can't buy nothing at no other place. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not going to put what you want on the shelf. You can't shop at no other store, but I know you want this. I know you want words of affirmation. I know you want certain things in the bedroom. I know you want blah, 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 but I'm not willing to put that on the shelf. You are putting yourself in a negative position. That doesn't mean that the person is right for what they do with that. I'm not justifying that. My thing is, make sure your shelves are stocked. If my shelves are stocked and you got what you want in my store and you go to another store, I at least have peace because I know my shelves were stocked. I know what you wanted was in that daggone store. Now, if you decide to go to another store and jeopardize coming to my store, that's on you. But I know deep down inside, my store, my shelves, they were stocked. You could have went into the store, you could have bought whatever you wanted in that daggone store. But you decide you want to go to another store. That's on you. At least I have peace that I had the shelf stocked. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If somebody has to be, if you're telling somebody they can only be with you and that's it. And you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to put what you want on the shelf. You don't have some problems. Or at least I'm contributing to a problem that may not be there if I did my part. Right? I am congested. I don't know why. But anyway, act like they're always a victim. So like I said, when somebody always displaces blame, there's always somebody else's fault, it's never their fault. Oh, it's not my fault, not my fault, not my fault. I look at that as a red flag. Because at some point in time, you have to take accountability for your actions. The faster you will grow, the faster you will heal is if you take accountability for your actions. Right? When you rob yourself of an opportunity to grow when you do not take accountability for your actions. So when you're always blaming somebody else, it's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Okay, that's a red flag. I don't even want to be in a relationship with you because I know you're not going to take accountability. I know you're not. I know you are not going to take accountability for your actions. And I don't desire to be in anything with anyone that is not going to take accountability for their actions. And that's a red flag. I already know this relationship ain't going to work. And last but not least, y'all, they give you the silent treatment as punishment. They give you silent treatment as punishment. Instead of addressing issues based on, they withdraw communication to make you feel anxious and desperate there for their approval. Now, some people, in order to deal with conflict, what they do is that they decide to withdraw. That might not be a manipulation tactic. That might be just how they process, right? Now, I get that. However, for some people, that's a particularly toxic way of dealing with your emotions. Because that person wants closure. That person wants to love you and want to pursue. And sometimes you just need space. So if that's the case, if you're feeling like you need space, or that's kind of who you are as a person, then you have that conversation like, listen, when I get upset, I just need like a couple hours to myself. It's nothing against you. I just need that time. Like, I need to process. Have that conversation. But a lot of times people utilize silence as a weapon. They weaponize their silence, right? And I understand that. But when we're trying to make relationships work, weaponizing silence can be manipulation. Okay? And that might genuinely be how you process it. And that's fine. But people can utilize silence as a weapon. It is what it is. It can be a manipulative tactic. I mean, especially when you're dealing with an anxious partner who wants closure, who wants the situation to be over with, and it drives them up a wall more than other people because of their attachment style, and you're withholding it, knowing that they want closure, knowing that they desire for this to get over, to move on and move forward. That can be that's manipulative. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but what I am saying, if you'll hear me, is that can be very manipulative. Okay? I want to talk before I got off about gaslighting, because this is a topic that I think people talk about a lot. Gaslighting, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, is when you approach me, okay? And I want to make this very clear for everybody that's watching me. You approach me and you say, Sam, you didn't take the trash out. I'm like, well, you haven't called me all week. Like, this is crazy. Like, you coming at me over this, but you haven't done what you're supposed to do. And so I have now made the entire situation about you. You came at me about a genuine issue. I'm now trying to flip it and get you focused on something else. Okay. So gaslighting, let me make sure I get the terminology here, because I want to make sure we're on the same page. A gaslighting is a deception of one's memory, perception of reality, or mental stability. Okay. So it was coined from something in 1944. So let's talk about what that was. Where does it come from? So it came from, okay. It was from a 1938 play called Gaslight. The term gaslighting has entered the realm of psychology to describe a psychological manipulation in which one person seeks to undermine another person's confidence in their understanding of events in their surroundings. So again, it's more about somebody. There's actually I can't find it right now, but that's not important. It's essentially trying to flip the script. It's trying to get you to question your reality, question the validity of what you're coming at that person for, questioning your mental state, questioning who you are as a person, questioning your sanity, questioning everything. So your focus is no longer about what you're upset about. It becomes focusing, they flip the script and have you focusing on things that may not be real. You see a text in a phone, right? You see a text in a phone from another man or another woman, and you confront them about it. Well, why were you in my phone anyway? Like, that's an invasion of my privacy. Like, why would you even do that? Like, that's crazy to be like, I don't have no privacy here. Like, this is just bananas. Like, oh my gosh, you're so insecure. Like, I just can't do it. That's a form of gaslighting. I've now switched. I've now made it about you looking at my phone when I caught you talking to another man. And somebody said bipolar people gaslight. Anybody can gaslight. It's not just about this person, it's a narcissistic tactic. It is a tactic. It's a defensive mechanism. It is what people do. They can be narcissistic, not narcissistic. They can be bipolar, not bipolar. Anybody can gaslight. It is a deflection tactic, and it's a good one. It works. But until you decide to really make a decision about whether or not you're going to fall for it or not, that's on you. But again, it's really just like I said, you caught somebody, let's say you caught somebody, I'm trying to think of an example, but the example of the text and the phone is a good one. But like if you see somebody at the store with somebody that they're not supposed to be at the store with, or you confront them up about a behavior like, oh, you drinking a lot. Well, why are you so worried about what I got going on? You should be worried about what you got going on. You over here doing this and this and this. You look crazy. Blah blah blah. You're coming at them about a real situation, but what they do is they flip it, make it about your insecurities, make it about your mental state. They make it about everything else but what you're coming at them about. That is gaslighting. That is gaslighting. When you are utilizing different tactics to avoid accountability, different tactics to not address what you're actually addressing. That is what gaslighting is. Right? And that is a manipulative tactic. Again, it's not just this type of person, that type of person. No, it is people. Anybody can gaslight. Anybody can gaslight. You can have a teenage daughter right now. You can go in her room, you catch her doing something she's not supposed to do. Well, why are you in my business? Why are you in my privacy? Like, I have no privacy here. Like, I just can't be here anymore because of that. Does that mean she's a bipolar narcissist? No, she's a teenager. She's doing what she thinks works. The point of the matter is to get you off focus of me and what I'm doing and make it about you. Make it about you, your mental state. Make it about what you're not doing. They make it about everything but what is actually being done, what you're confronting them about. And that is to get out of accountability. That is to get out of responsibility for their actions. Okay? So I want to make sure, somebody said lawyers are definitely masters at this. I would agree with that. Lawyers are paid to do this. They're paid to make you, like you're coming at their client about one thing, they're going to now drum up something to make you the bad guy and not to focus on what that person's doing. Well, they're only doing that because blah, 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 blah. That is what lawyers, I mean, they're there to protect you. And that's what that when you pay for a lawyer, that's what they do. Right? So lawyers can be very, very good at that. Right? All right, family, I've already kept y'all long enough. There was a question that was asked on here. It says, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? If I could live anywhere, where would it be? I think I would want to live like in Switzerland or something. I know it sounds super random, but like, I like when I see the Switzerland or areas out there where they just have a lot of grass and like just nature, it just makes me feel at peace. So I'll say Switzerland. Yeah. It's to cause confusion, family. Gaslighting is to cause confusion, to get you to doubt your reality, doubt you, So you don't, it never ends up actually going the way you want it to go. It's a very hard relationship to be in. It's a very hard conversation to be in. Because it's meant to be challenging. It's meant to make it, it's meant to be that way. That's what it's meant to do. Okay. All right, y'all. I am congested. I think it's my sinuses or whatever. So I am going to jump off the lives. I thank you guys for joining me tonight. I had a great time, y'all. I really have. I've enjoyed y'all even on TikTok. I've enjoyed you guys here. I want to thank everybody that gave. I don't see the Cash Apps while I'm on here because I'm on what's it called? I'm on TikTok as well. But I want to thank you guys. I have Tommy Overalls who gave. I see Bobby. Thank you so much. I see excellent giving. Thank you, excellent. You've been amazing tonight. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much. And again, I thank you guys for tonight's show. Comment below your thoughts, your experiences with gaslighting. I want to know what you thought, what you think. Did you have the right definition of gaslighting? And what other manipulative tactics have you guys experienced in relationships? I would love to have those kind of conversations, and we could process it further on other lives. Okay. So anyway, I love y'all. Have a great night. I will see you guys next week. Monday night, 8 p.m. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. I love y'all. Have a good night.